Knowing that it was a young girl about my daughter's age is frightening.
An 11-year-old is recovering today after bullets ripped through her bedroom. It happened near East 92nd and James Reed Road in Kansas City.
And that's where we find 41 Action reporter Sarah Plake with the latest. Sarah, what have you learned?
The front of the house is covered in bullet holes, and those bullet holes went through the house, and the little girl was shot. She was just sleeping in bed when this happened to her. Thankfully, she's recovering in the hospital, but there's a lot of work to be done after this. Many neighbors near 92nd and James A. Reed Road were hesitant to speak out on camera about the drive-by shooting that happened here late Sunday night.
I heard like about 5-6 gunshots going off, and I got up because I got scared, and then my fiance got up.
The bullets went through the walls and into an 11-year-old girl's arm and stomach as she was sleeping in bed. A family lives in the home. Neighbors can't understand why this happened.
I'm scared, and I can't go back to sleep easily after because I got children of my own, and knowing that it was a young girl about my daughter's age is frightening.
The police officers who responded to the shooting said the girl was covered in blood and applied a tourniquet on her arm to help stop the bleeding. Hospital caregivers said the wound is severe. Thankfully, the officers have life-saving training.
For our trauma team, that's very energizing to find out that their work is really had a good outcome. So this is certainly a case like that where you saved a life, and this life was saved because of the efforts of not only the police officers, but the people in the team that trained the police officers.
Those who live closest to the targeted house say there have been a lot of issues with violence and guns on this block. According to the Kansas City crime map, there have been more than 24 assaults and violent crimes involving guns in the neighborhood in the past year. Right now, police are working on identifying who is behind this.
I wish they would stop the violence, because there's young children out here, and they should take that into consideration and have a little heart.
So if you know anything at all about what can help police solve this, make sure you call the TIPS hotline. I'm Sarah Plake, 41 Action News.
We should probably repeat, just 11 years old. Sarah, thank you. KCPD calling this shooting despicable. The department wrote on Twitter today, besides being the ultimate act of cowardice, drive-bys lead to innocent people getting hurt. We cannot have this in our city. Like Sarah said, and we can't say it enough, if you know anything, call the TIPS hotline, 474-TIPS.